He reaches into his pocket for the sweaty handkerchief, wipes his face and lifts the flask from his hip. He takes a swallow and sets his face towards his homeward trip. On the path he's taken hundreds of times, he walks through bushes and under trees, taking another sip from the trusty flask, when he lifts his head and sees the most beautiful woman in the middle of the woods, her skin the colour of bark, covered in a long flowing dress, her face covered by a wide-brimmed hat, shielding her in the dark. He smiled and tipped his hat in greeting, and turned to go on his way. But then she spoke, and her voice was like honeyed music, and he felt his body sway. She beckoned him to come a little closer, and whispered words so strange that even though he meant to leave, he felt his desire change. Through the woods they walked and talked. He was miles away from home. All sense of time had slipped away, as through the fields they roamed. Then suddenly she turned and said, "This is where we'll part." She lifted her hat, showing him her face. It stilled his beating heart. Diablesse cackled at his fright. He never imagined this. He thought of his wife just moments before he was kicked off the precipice. His grandmother's words were his dying thoughts. "Son, when you walk alone at night, and temptation puts you to the test, don't mind a pretty face or clothes. It may be Diablesse."